travel back to a time a little over 12 years ago, to August of 2006, when today's graduating students were just entering kindergarten. 20 students walked through the door into the kindergarten classroom, 20 students eager to learn and to create and to grow up. Halfway through that very first school year, Tennessee received some startling and in some ways really jarring news. Tennessee was given an F, a failing grade for truth in advertising about student proficiency. We received this F because our state assessments were erroneously stating that more than 90% of students were performing at grade proficient level, whereas the nation's report card comparing us to other states across the country was telling a radically different and a much more pessimistic story. If Tennessee had continued along this old path that we were on at the time, only 5 or at most 6 of the children of that first kindergarten class of 20 would have stayed at grade level proficiency as they went through school. As our 20 students went through their elementary school years, Tennessee ranked on the nation's report card near the bottom. But things changed, and 2009 was a pivotal year. As our class of students entered second grade, state leaders from across the state came together, from education, from business, from government, from philanthropy, with this new energized commitment to do better for our children. That same year, we started talking and listening and engaging with stakeholders from across the state, and it was clear that only with big and with bold ideas could we measurably move that needle for students. In 2009, we launched SCORE, an innovative state collaborative with a specific mission to define and then act on these bold ideas. And through SCORE, we traveled to school districts all across the state and listened carefully and gathered feedback from all interested people, all interested parties. And we captured all that we learned in a landmark and ultimately truly game-changing collective report that clearly articulated 4 recommendations and more than 60 specific action steps for progress. Now, we all know that the third grade is an important year. For our class of 20, it was truly a turning point. 2010, that was the year that Tennessee did 3 things: put student measurement, the sort of overall achievement measures forth into an annual teacher evaluation, raised academic standards, and third, created the Achievement School District. And these were new, fundamentally powerful state levers. Schools that had been failing students for decades would no longer be able to underperform for students. Now, because of our state's demonstrated commitment to these student-focused changes, Tennessee was able to bring from the outside substantial additional investments back home to implement those improvements much more quickly. Now, the same year that our 20 students became 4th graders, Tennessee initiated a 3-year program to put high standards into all K-12 classrooms. Under a new multiple measure teacher evaluation system, teachers for the first time began to receive annual feedback that is personalized and empowers them to improve. Then, in 2013, our students made history. As a group of 26th graders, they conquered new learning milestones. Tennessee became the fastest improving state in the nation for student achievement progress on the nation's report card. And Tennessee didn't stop here. Our state launched the initiative to increase the percentage of Tennesseans with a post-secondary credential to meet Tennessee's current and future workforce needs. Then Tennessee took remarkable steps that were critical for our 8th grade students as they prepared for the rigor of high school and their futures. Our academic standards were refined to fit our state's needs while continuing to set high expectations for the students. And state leaders knew that high expectations could not stop after high school. So Tennessee Promise was launched, a first-in-the-nation program to make community college and a technical degree tuition-free. The class of 2019 began their first year in high school in 2015. The same year, we received the great news that Tennessee broke into the top 25 on the nation's report card for fourth grade math. And Tennessee students closed the gender gap in science for the first time ever. In 2017, our students finished their sophomore year of high school, a critical year, as they began to consider their post-secondary and workforce opportunities ahead. That year, high schoolers, including our 20 students, show improvement across all subject areas in their second year taking TN Ready. After many years of higher standards and stronger accountability, these students are demonstrating the potential we knew they had. The measured positive impact of our collective efforts were reflected across state and across national metrics. After that, and into bringing us up to last year, Tennessee closed the honesty gap in 8th grade reading, and that's the difference between how the nation's report card says our students are doing and how our own Tennessee assessments tell us they're doing. We no longer earn an F for truth in advertising. Because Tennessee has a better state assessment, yes, despite some challenges, parents and educators and students have a more accurate and a truer picture to help understand if they are prepared for college and the workforce. Many significant achievements have occurred in Tennessee over the last 12 years that have led to many positive changes for Tennessee students and teachers and schools and to the historic academic progress. And all of this brings us up to today. Our kindergarten class of 20 students are preparing to graduate. Some may have advanced their learning in a public charter school, and some will have earned college credit or an industry certification for when they graduate. Yes, we celebrate that this class will be the best prepared in our nation's history. But only 4 of them, or 1/5, will be college ready in all subjects. While 2/3 of the 20 will go on to college, fewer than half, or 6, will leave with a degree. And that's important because we know that 65% of future jobs will require a degree or credential by 2025. Over the next decade, Tennessee can achieve this historic progress once again. Now, to do this, as stakeholders, we must all continue to come together. We need to come together and work toward collective priorities each year. We must be innovative. We must be bold, because we know our students deserve to be better prepared for future opportunities. And that is exactly why we are here today, to outline the priorities to ensure Tennessee students are prepared for the workforce and the world that they enter. I am grateful, so grateful for all of you being with us today and believing in your hearts that Tennessee students can and will be among the best in the nation. Let's make 2019 a landmark year. Let's together drive progress towards ensuring that every single child in Tennessee has the opportunity for success in college, in career, and in life. Thank you.